Welcome to Manufacturing Tech Australia with Shane Williams and Paul Mason.
Welcome to Manufacturing Tech Australia. We're up in Brisbane for AMW26, Australian Manufacturing Week, once a year. First time in Brisbane this time. We're here with Phil Seboa from Unplugged IIoT podcast to help us out.
Don't forget, Claire's going to be here later.
Yeah, Claire Treston, a bit of a guru and a creative to help us get people to do some robot dancing later, which is going to be super interesting.
Yeah. So what are we looking forward to, lads?
Look, I'm really excited to see some really cool tech. Digital software platforms, maybe some ERP.
I think Shane already knows what I'm going to say. It's the same thing I say every year. Robots. Okay, so yeah, I'm here to see the robots, the automation, see if there's anything that's changed, especially around machine tending and robotic welding and that kind of thing. So
I had a quick duck around before you blokes got here, and looks like there's a fair bit of stuff focusing on metrology. So, you know, laser 3D scanning and stuff like that, which I think would be really interesting for the aftermarket or reverse engineering industry. So
Also, the Queensland Government is doing a really good job to back manufacturing in Queensland, so I'm really excited to see all those different industry groups, all those different initiatives that are happening, grants that are available to the local manufacturers. So it's going to be a great day.
Manglesh and Amanda, welcome to Manufacturing Tech Australia. Thanks for coming on the show, guys.
It's a pleasure.
All right, so Manglesh from Konica Minolta, Amanda from Freelance Robotics. You guys have got loads of stuff in this booth. You've crammed it all in. I'm seeing Cobot welders at the back. I'm seeing UR5s at the front here with AMRs and little robots in the background. Clearly you guys like robots. Tell us a bit about what you're doing.
It's incredible the speed at which I think automation is coming to market now.
Yeah.
It's about meeting markets successfully, and the range of demonstrations that we have reflects, I would say, the range of utility that's needed out there. So we've got 5 demos crammed into here, and we have been busy all day non-stop. It's been really incredible. We have a rolling challenge for people to bring a part, and they can do a cold weld. They can see the Blue Dragon run live.
Nice.
So we've had some really good outcomes.
And so, Manglesh, tell us a bit about what you're doing. I'm guessing you're here talking about AMRs and Cobots here, mounted on AMRs.
Yeah, I basically look after the autonomous material handling portfolio for Konica Minolta, which includes the mere AMRs. So these AMRs basically can move the material from A to B. So imagine a person pushing a trolley a whole day or a forklift moving pallets whole day. This can be automated using these robots without any change to the facility. So it's deployments which can be done within days rather than weeks or months.
Excellent.
So,
I've seen some examples of this running around popcorn factories and things like, 5 AMRs running around moving small containers of goods. And
that was a deployment from, I would say, 4 years ago.
Yep.
And they are running more than 500 pallets. And interestingly, each of them have crossed like 16,000 kilometers on them.
Yeah. Wow.
That's incredible, Manglesh.
Successful deployment so far, pretty good.
And I guess I'm looking at this now and I'm thinking humanoid robots, right? Are you seeing any traction in, combining Cobots on AMRs and that kind of thing?
Yes, so we are moving in a direction where we have a product which is introduced in the market last year, CMAT, which was MC series, which is a mobile Cobot.
Yep.
So the UR is integrated into the base AMR, and you get one interface to work on both the units.
Yep.
So more and more this will be coming. You touched upon humanoid robots. The challenge with the humanoid robots would be the efficiency, because these are tasked to do repetitive movements. To teach that same thing to the humanoid robot would be difficult.
Yeah,
They might be more adapted for different applications.
Yeah, and Amanda, so what are you seeing as like the best use case? Is welding like the big one here that we're seeing most interest in, or what are people asking for?
To be honest, welding is a big part of the picture at the moment. I think that in terms of the industry moving forward, welding is not a low-hanging fruit, but it's incredibly important. They're creating a high-need environment due to labour shortages and also because of the risk associated with OH&S. For us, welding automation is just another tool, and we want to see people who may have been somewhat injured through their career because of fumes. There's also the risk from radiation burns, repetitive strain injury, and these are great workers who unfortunately have been locked out of work, not because they're not excellent boilermakers, but just simply because they couldn't physically do that anymore. Well, this is a tool for them to be able to upskill and come back to work. So there's been a huge response in terms of, I would say, manufacturers who have a network of suitable people coming forward.
Yeah.
But it's not just about the welding. I'd say there's also a large amount of interest in palletizing.
Yeah.
Machine tending has also been huge today.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think a lot of people don't realize, like something like this, like not exactly like this, but like a basic Cobot welder, like $100,000, like it's a no-brainer, right? If you've got some, fairly repetitive work and you need someone to do that job, right? Welders are hard to find. So, but you can obviously also scale like right up to full rotators and dual cell and all these kind of cool things up to, hundreds of thousands of dollars. So there's so many different options there that people need to get in and have a look at.
The price point is there for people who want entry level. There's no doubt about that. I would say that it's worth reaching out.
Yeah.
So it's not just about the technology and its availability. I think it's also about road mapping what you need for your business and making sure that due diligence is done and you get best fit.
Yeah.
So the reality is, you can deploy the technology and paying for it, but that's just step one of getting your return on investment. You need to make sure you have good training support, that parts are available, that there's maintenance and also those rescue services, because no one wants to think about emergency services.
Yeah.
But we have a very responsive team, and we also have the high-end mechatronics engineering background.
Tell us a little bit about the software. I know like software is getting much more intelligent in terms of feeding your CAD into it and like outputting weld paths and those kind of things. How are you guys using software to make that a little bit smarter, make the robots work a little bit better?
Well, Blue Dragon framework, the critical piece is value-added manufacturing. So the software is the piece of interest.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it, you have to be able to have, I think, a user-friendly interface. So people who are able to do what we call self-programming, it means you're not relying on third-party software providers. You need to be able to be confident that your staff can work independently, or that you as a business owner can really well understand what the operator's needs are and be able to make sure that the actual deliverable is going to be delivered. And it really is a software piece. There's a change in language. We're finding physical AI is becoming something that people are saying instead of robotics, but fundamentally these control systems, the housing of AI and the more complex software is something that we're very familiar with.
Awesome. And you're also big fans of the Robotics Australia group?
In the beginning, we were one of your founding members.
Yeah, fantastic. And raising that profile of Aussie manufacturing, Aussie robotics and automation.
This is where we are. Our company stands tall on the idea that you have to be socially representing. When it comes down to it, what we do as an industry really counts, and how we represent ourselves as a company as a socially minded enterprise matters. We have an enormous amount of graduates coming out of mechatronics engineering. We require a lattice of framework, I would say, of leadership that is going to create meaningful development for young people entering market, as well as a way for people who are entering into more senior positions to feel confident. So groups like Robotics Australia are filling that role to be able to create an avenue of advocacy, and I think it's amazing.
Thanks for coming on the show, guys. Great chatting with you.
Thank you.
So lovely. Thank you, Paul.
Trevor and Mark, welcome to Manufacturing Tech Australia, and thanks for coming on the show.
Nice to see you.
You too.
Thanks.
Yeah, Mark, you've come all the way in from the US.
I have.
You get plenty of sleep last night?
I did. Yeah, it was great. It's a great trip. This is my fourth time.
Okay.
So yeah, it's great to be here in Brisbane for the
Excellent.
show.
Yeah, first time in Brisbane, Manufacturing Week this year.
Yeah.
What do you think of the show so far?
It's awesome.
Well,
Actually, busy.
yeah, and today seems to be a little bit busier too. There seems to be lots of school kids coming through and people from TAFEs and different education things as well, different crowds. So
Exactly.
excellent. Well, why don't you guys tell us a little bit about PFM Works and what you guys do?
Sure. So Lily Works and the folks here at Lily Works created several different ERP systems. We're literally surrounded by manufacturing ERP systems here.
Totally.
And my dad in particular and our family, the folks behind this software, created Profit Key way back in the 1980s. Actually, ECI actually bought it about a year ago. We long since divested. And then Infor actually bought Visual Manufacturing, which my family and the team here also designed and created back in the 90s. One of the main reasons I mention this is because both of those tools, much like every ERP here, still has traditional finite scheduling embedded in it.
Yeah.
And that's why folks come up to us looking for help with scheduling.
Gotcha.
Because when we ask them invariably what system are they using, could be any one of these ERPs, one of ours. And then we ask them, really, how are you managing production? 9 times out of 10, the answer is spreadsheets.
I thought you were going to say that, yeah.
Or manual methods.
I was still seeing that as well in some of the stuff we're doing. Spreadsheets is like the Bible. It's a source of truth, right?
Exactly.
It's the only place you can extract all that data out into to look at.
That's right. And the folks just struggle with trying to figure out and understand what they should be working on, even just today or this week. And while it's helpful in that regard, it's very limited, of course. It's not very time-consuming having to maintain all those spreadsheets, but it's very limited in terms of the visibility you can see, especially into the future.
Yeah.
And it's for this reason we came up with an entirely different approach to managing production. And under that umbrella of managing production, I mean scheduling, planning, execution, even material visibility and availability. So that's key.
Okay. And I guess because things are more chaotic now, right? There's you never know when your parts are going to turn up, if they're going to turn up, if your lead time's going to blow out to 12 weeks, 12 months.
Exactly. And if you look at when all these scheduling systems were developed back in like the 70s, 80s, it was a much more standardized environment.
Yeah.
You had more standardized products. Now everyone wants a unique product. It's engineered and designed specifically for each person. And those systems weren't developed to deal with that. They want everything to be perfect. Like if it says it rocks up today, it has to rock up today, or everything that's been done just goes out the window.
Yeah,
and that's the main reason why you go, okay, well, let's go do an Excel, because it knows what's going on. The system doesn't.
Yeah.
So this new dynamic production method that's been developed really deals with all that uncertainty, because we're anticipating that's going to happen.
Right.
Where the traditional approach says, no, it's here today.
Right. How are you getting that data into the system?
That's a good question, because like Mark was saying, they developed this other solution and people really liked what they were talking about and doing, and they didn't want to replace their ERP system.
Yeah.
It's a costly and expensive exercise. So they developed this integration platform. So it goes in and pulls out the data that we need to replace that functionality.
Yeah.
And the good thing about it is, it's a much cheaper approach, because if people are, you can see it a lot too, people are upset with their ERP system and they want to go and replace it with something else.
Yeah.
But what they're doing is replacing it with exactly the same model.
Yeah.
And they spend a few $100,000 for the same result.
Yeah.
So this is it's changing the ballgame. It's a different way of doing things. So now they can keep all that investment, because the order entry works fine, the accounting, the inventory, even the basic routings to a lot of things are all fine.
Yeah.
It's just how you use that information to manage production where it falls apart.
Yeah, right.
So this is a way to bridge that gap.
In the traditional model, what you're doing is you're taking the data that you have and you're running the scheduling program, right, to come up with a plan, the big, beautiful Gantt chart, if you will, right? And then they take that Gantt chart and they kind of throw it across the wall to production and say, here, go execute it. And more often than not, the production folks go, how do you come up with these priorities? Looks a lot different than what we talked about in the production meeting this morning.
And where are all those parts that are supposed to be there for that?
That's the material part. Exactly. And then not only, so even if it's closed, what happens? Well, customer calls and changes the due date, material doesn't show up, to your point.
People don't show up.
People don't show up, and whatever plan you had is null and void. You feel like you have to go rerun that scheduling program.
Yeah.
And it's a never-ending cycle. So what we've done instead is we take the information they have today already in their ERP, the work orders, their routings, whatever times they have on it, the material requirements, and bring that over in real time and show what they should be doing without having to run a scheduling program, what their priorities are right now, and do they have the material to do it.
Yeah, and I think it's probably hard to show here, but I had a look on your website and I can see beautiful graphical visualizations of where the production status is and what the next stages are. Is that part of it too? It just makes it so much easier to sort of visualize?
Absolutely, and also extends the functionality. Like some ERP systems will only support a single level BOM. We can take those different work orders needed and stitch it together to make a multi-level BOM and represent it visually. When it's visual too, you can see what's going on. You can picture tells 1,000 words. I can see this is done, this is not done, and what's going on with it. So it makes it a lot easier to kind of know what to do and how things are tracking, where they're up to.
Yeah, okay. Well, I certainly know a bunch of, especially small to medium manufacturers that are still running spreadsheets and would love to get their hands on something like this.
We're selling a different idea. So we've read a book called Never Late is Better. On Amazon that kind of explains the model and the history and just to try and, get that little education. It's a different way of doing things. So you don't have to continue the same old way and trying to get the most of it. Try something different and the results kind of speak for themselves. We're really reflecting the way that manufacturers operate. Like they do things in a particular way. We're really representing that through this simulation more so than forcing it to represent in a way that the ERP system wants, more so than how production actually manages production.
Excellent. Cool. Well, it's been awesome having you guys on the podcast. And safe travels back. Are you staying long?
Appreciate it. Just through the weekend.
Okay,
fly
fantastic.
back Sunday.
Cool.
Actually going to take advantage of the comedy show.
Oh, nice.
Here in Brisbane, the comedy festival.
Cool.
It's here the next few days.
Enjoy.
So look forward to that.
Well, I hope you enjoy Australia and safe travels.
Thanks so
Thanks
much.
for coming on the show. Thanks,
you.
Mark. Trevor.
Thanks, Paul.
Chat soon. We're here with Sara from RSM. Sara, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you very much.
Now, I wanted to have a chat to you because I know you guys support R&D tax, support for local businesses here, and we know there's a lot of support for manufacturing, especially in Queensland. Earlier in the year, Shane and I did a podcast actually on all the support mechanisms for business in manufacturing. So I think this is pretty timely. We're here in Queensland, Manufacturing Week.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about RSM and how you guys are supporting manufacturers here.
Yeah, of course. So RSM and my team, we support manufacturing companies to access state and federal government grants. We're a sister team to the R&D tax and government incentives team. And my team is a dedicated team that works across all sectors across the country, and we access grants for our clients on a state and federal government level.
Excellent. And the R&D tax is that's the big one, right? We've seen businesses move here from overseas just to do the R&D, especially around medical research, that kind of thing.
Yes.
I guess that's probably the big one.
Yes, and there's also a lot of grant funding out there as well. And quite often our clients struggle to navigate the complexity of the grant landscape. They don't know what they're eligible for, what they're not, and we work with them to identify any grant opportunities, and then we look to fill in the gaps where the client may lack the capacity or capability in order to access those funds.
Okay. And there was the Made in Queensland, but now it's not called that anymore.
So Transforming Queensland Manufacturing Grant Programme, so that just replaced Made in Queensland. The first round opened earlier this year and is recently closed. It's going to be a 6-round basis, opening every 6 months. And that is looking to support manufacturing companies to either onshore or reshore manufacturing that is currently being either undertaken overseas or interstate. It's also looking to encourage export opportunities and to increase jobs in Queensland for manufacturing.
Is that for any kind of manufacturing, or is there specific segments? Or?
So they're looking for Industry 4.0, 5.0. So they're really looking forward to that sort of innovative advanced manufacturing. And they're looking for manufacturers who have between 5 and 200 FTE employees in Queensland, and at least 5 of those employees have to be located in Queensland as well.
Excellent. So anything around robotics, automation, Industry 4, digitisation, smart factory type stuff. Looking for factories of the future.
And the grants are between $100,000 to $1.5 million in matched funding as well.
Excellent. Is there anything else around sort of the funding support? What other support for businesses?
Some funding on a federal government level. If the companies are working with universities, there's CRC projects. Again, the most recent round is just closed, but that tends to pop up every 6 months. So if that involves one SME, industry SME, another industry partner, and one research organisation at university. So if you've got any manufacturers who are working with universities on an innovative project, then CRCP might be the way to go for them.
Yeah, for sure. It's trying to close that commercialisation gap, right? Get the intelligence out of the university into industry, make them work together. Really sort of increase that collaboration with academic research and industry research. I think the last round was on AI, so all that kind of physical AI stuff, perfect for robotics, automation, industry, smart factories, smart development, better products. Awesome. Well, thanks heaps for talking to us today, and good luck at the show. Thank you very much. Thanks for your
time. Thank you.
I'm here with Danilo from High Tech Metrology. How are you, mate?
Good. How are you?
Welcome to Manufacturing Tech Australia.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, you were just talking about the Creaform here. Maybe give us a little bit about what it can do.
Yeah, so we are primarily High Tech Metrology. We are an Australian company, been in the market for over 30 years already. Everything related to the metrology, equipment, instrument, service, we do all them. We are resellers for a lot of metrology companies, equipment all around the world. Creaform is one of them. Yeah. This is a handheld 3D scanner, Creaform Max, HandySCAN Max.
Yeah.
So this scanner is gonna be it's a blue laser scanner.
Yep.
The most suitable scanner for mid to large parts scanning. So you can scan a large part very quickly.
Yep.
And precisely as well. So I'm just gonna give it a go so you can see it.
Yeah, sure.
So this scanner is a very fast scanner, over 3 million points per second. So you have 3 different working distance. Close to the part, midway, or far distance.
Yeah.
So you can go at this mid distance. I can go up to 1.5 meters from the part itself.
Okay.
So I can go all the way around. Let me just jump this way here. So yeah, you can go scan a part very fast, right?
Yeah.
So for any 3D scanners, so the most challenging surface gonna be black and shine, or very shine like chrome like this.
Yep.
Or this scanner you can scan with no preparation, no change of settings, both surface.
Oh, so there's no more surface prep coatings or any of that sort of stuff?
Doesn't need it.
Yeah, right.
So yeah. So I can scan a large area very quickly. So
right. So what's the technology that's in this, given that it's not like you've got a big curtain up around it to block people's eyes or PPE or any of that sort of stuff?
No, yeah. So this is iSafe, iSafe laser scanner. This is a laser scanner.
Yeah.
So you have external cameras here. The laser scanner, the laser beam reads the part.
Yep.
And then the cameras reads the deviation and we just on the software, right? And you need those sort of tracking targets for tracking the position of the scanner in space.
Yep.
Right? Because this is for large parts, so have a large area of scanning, you need less targets to do that.
Okay. Yep.
So you can scan a large area pretty quickly, like I've been doing. But let's say I need more detail. Scan down there.
Yep.
I have some small hole or something like that. With one click, I can go close to the part.
Yep.
Add more resolution.
I see.
Go closer, capture with more resolution than it.
And so it's adding those fine details to the same model.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then I can grab the model again and go back to the far distance.
Yeah.
So with the target, so the part can move. No issue, so everything can move. I've got my targets on my part. And this is a real-time meshing. So this is a mesh file already.
And so, for example, with this, obviously this is a tray bed, so this will be hollow. Is it assuming at the moment that's a solid object?
Yes, if I go all the way through, yes, it's going to assume it's solid.
Yeah.
If I scan both ways, it's solid. Yeah.
And then it's just like running off of just a standard laptop?
Yes, it is connected to the laptop. That's in a laptop for processing. And part of the package, so you have a software module for either reverse engineering or for inspection. So you can use both for a purpose.
Yeah. And what is your typical customer that's looking to pick one of these up? What are some of the use cases they're using them for?
Mostly reverse engineering and also inspection. For large parts, let's say mining equipment, trucks, cars, airplanes, so some more large equipment. We've got other types of scanners for more small to mid-sized parts. Yeah. But this one, most of customers are looking for scanning large parts. Yeah.
And so there was a couple of, I guess, prospective customers who were wandering past a second ago asking about being able to scan entire rooms.
Yes.
Is this the sort of tool you would use for that, or you got something
that would be the most suitable in this whole range of handheld scanner. For a high precision and a high resolution scanner, that's going to be the most suitable for those applications. These are metrology grade scanner, and accuracy is around 75 microns.
You're right.
So they're very accurate scanner. So for high precision and high resolution scanner, that is the solution.
So and obviously for this use case, you're scanning the outside of an object to create a model of that. In their use case, you'd be inside the object scanning.
Inside is scanning the object.
Yeah,
Yes.
not a problem.
That is not a problem. There is no actual limitation. You can start scanning as much as you want. You can go as far as you want. And then you can, the only thing you're going to do, probably going to subdivide your scans in different sections.
Yep.
Put all them together in the software and create a model of this. Yeah.
Right.
Same to your CAD software, SolidWorks or any CAD software, especially. With the Creaform software, with the one click, you can send all your features to that software straight away.
Okay.
Yeah, you can work in combination with your CAD software as well.
Right, and it's just all standard file formats, nothing proprietary about the files that come out.
Yes, so the mesh file outcome is a STL mesh file.
Yep.
And but you can create features as IGS step file, or features or surface.
Yep.
Or you can send straight to either SolidWorks, SolidEdge, Fusion 360, or Inventor.
Yep.
As a native file.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
As head info file. Yeah. With as a high-tech metrology, we not only provide equipment, we provide equipment, training, support, lifetime support. That's all. Yeah, for all these products, metrology, equipment, and software as well.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Danilo, thanks for being on the show, my friend.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
Hello, I'm here with Michael from Mectric. What do you think of the show?
Yeah, it's going really well for us so far. So at Mectric, we are distributors for various brands. One of the main ones being Delta, big push into the automation space. So everything from SCADA down to PLCs, drives, and as you can see here behind us, our robot, which is pulling in data from the various sensors.
And so you're integrating some vision systems here as well?
Yeah, so a little bit of vision. We've got various sensors for quality control and essentially motion detection or thickness detection, whatever it is that you need in the manufacturing process. Yeah.
And so you're focused on that mom and pop type infrastructure. Are you seeing them kind of really engaging, really getting excited by this technology?
Yeah, I think Australia's still missing a lot of skills, and sometimes you can improve your production by automating it. We need to bring in, the intelligent stuff such as robots and PLCs to help automate those things. Yeah.
So where are you seeing robots being implemented mostly?
Recently, I was visiting a customer that was having to pack 16,000 products. I think it was a day into boxes, and they rely on some workers, and that can be, there can be issues around that. So those sort of spaces where they now need to ramp up and move into that next space to automate it.
Yeah, so more collaboration taking place. All right, well, look, thanks for sharing those insights. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thanks, Paul.
Thanks.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, Gil, and welcome to Australian Manufacturing Week. And can you please introduce yourself for everybody on the pod?
Okay, my name's Gil Harkness. I'm a manufacturing manager. I work for Queensland Government, Department of Natural Resources, Mines and Manufacturing, Regional and Rural Development, and I'm based on the Sunshine Coast.
Nice. That's a long acronym,
It
that
is.
one. Yes. What are you pumped up about this week to be here?
Look, I love this. I'm a coach builder by trade, and I'm a manufacturing systems engineer by vocation. So these are my people, so I absolutely love coming to Manufacturing Week. As you know, it's been flip-flopping between Melbourne and Sydney for the last number of years, well, since its inception. We're super excited to have it in Queensland, in Brisbane for the first time. And I just love it. I love walking around looking at the new technologies that are there. I love talking to the people, understanding what their problems are, hearing what's going on. It's just the best fun.
Great. Yeah, it's very exciting this morning. It's the first day. Can you tell us a little bit about what Queensland Government is doing in the manufacturing sector? And we've got the map behind us showing us the full extent of all your hubs. So if you can just tell us a little bit about what because the Queensland Government is doing quite a lot, right?
We really do try to support the manufacturing organisations as best we possibly can. We've got a manufacturing strategy document Government, which we drafted, outlines the objectives and the goals that we have for the manufacturing sector across Queensland. The key things in there would be the manufacturing hubs. So they're now based at 8 locations, as you can see behind me.
Right.
And we have another team that are actually based in Bundaberg as well. They are regional folks, so they understand absolutely what's happening in those local areas. And their job really is, most importantly, is to go out and speak to local manufacturing organisations and then listen to what they're telling them. So we listen to what's broken. That helps us then shape the products and services that we put forward, and then we address that by delivering those. We're well connected within the ecosystem across the manufacturing sphere. So I guess the benefit of that is that if we know the answer, fantastic, but if we don't, chances are we're going to know someone that works within that manufacturing ecosystem that can help businesses.
So connecting those.
Yeah.
And are there any kind of sectors within manufacturing that are booming at the moment, that are doing well?
It's a bit of swings and roundabouts, really. I mean, on the Sunshine Coast, there's a bit of medical going on there as well, but food and beverage is massive on the Sunshine Coast. You head further north and around Gladstone, Mackay, even Rocking to an extent. It's all very resource focused. You've got a lot of mining equipment manufacturers. Up as far as Cairns, then they've got some defence, also marine, also in Townsville. Gold Coast is open slather. They do pretty much everything. They've got a lot of transport equipment manufacturers there.
Great.
So it ebbs and flows a little bit, but everybody's pretty busy at the minute, I think, which is great.
That's good. Yeah. And what about the impact of the fuel crisis and the war? Do you see any onshoring happening?
Look, I know businesses are genuinely struggling. It's all of a sudden you've had to add 75 to 100% onto your fuel costs. That in itself is difficult. Obviously, we're in a big island tucked at the bottom of the world, so if we want to try to export, that's got all sorts of implications, let alone just local supply chains. So that is really difficult. The best thing businesses can do is to at least optimise their efficiencies in-house, control what you can control, but I understand the difficulties there. We've also got difficulties with, if you think about those raw materials or those manufacturing materials that are actually made from offputs from the petrochemical industry. So I know that our polymer and plastics industries are struggling as well because, again, that's a direct impact on it. So, look, it's not an easy situation, but I know businesses are doing the best that they possibly can.
And what are you excited and hopeful about for the future for Queensland and Australian manufacturing?
So it's funny, we talk about Industry 4.0 and 5.0 and 6.0. It becomes a little bit like what model of iPhone are you running? But really, manufacturing improvements have been happening since the day somebody started to carve a wheel with a hammer and chisel. So it continues to develop, and I love that. I love that the technology moves, but I also love that we've also now got the whole AI mixes in there as well. We heard the lady from AMTIL talking this morning about is AI coming for your job? Well, it is if you don't embrace it and don't figure out how you can actually use it. And I think that's going to be really interesting moving forward into what efficiency benefits can we actually get from the implementation of AI as opposed to it being replaced like when we use it. But I also love the fact that we need to be continuously developing our people and the skill sets and that learning and development piece, because without the people coming on board, the technologies never really can be developed to the best of ability. So the whole package, I think it's strong and encouraging.
And one more, what about the Olympics? What opportunities do you see for Queensland and manufacturing? I know that chatting to the people at the manufacturing hubs, they really want a lot of the Olympics products and infrastructure to be made in Queensland. Can you tell us about opportunities for Queensland manufacturers around the Olympics?
Sure. So we've commissioned, they're just over here to behind the camera, the Industry Capability Network. So they are the supply chain partner the Queensland Government is using for procurement for the Olympics. I was talking to some of their representatives earlier. They are really starting to ramp up. There are packages starting to be released. But literally it goes from everything from the building, the infrastructure, the construction projects. But I mean, if you've got new stadia being built, there's the seats, There's as I said, uniforms. There's a million and one things that are going to have to be built for the Olympics. And clearly the intent is to try to have a carbon neutral games. So importing things chiefly from around the world is not what we're after. So let's see what Queensland manufacturing businesses can do to access that. So very excited about that.
Yes, great. Thank you so much for chatting with us and have a great week.
Very welcome. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to Manufacturing Tech Australia with Shane and Paul, recorded on the traditional lands of the Bunurong and Wurundjeri people. For more information, jump on the manufacturingtech.au website. Remember to hit the follow button to join us again next time as we continue to explore the intersection of manufacturing and technology.